Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Amanda Fowler of inspiringinkin.com. In today's video we're going to be making this cute little Easter chick using the Curvy Keepsakes box die. So let's get started. First up, you're going to need the Curvy Keepsakes die. You may have seen I have done several videos using this die, so if you haven't come across them yet, do check out my channel below. And you'll be able to see lots of different variations using this die. It's really versatile. We're just going to be using the main part of the die. It does come with 3 labels as well, but we're not using those today. And we're going to need 2 pieces, and I've used Hello Honey is the colour that I've used for this. Now we're going to need an awful lot of punches. So I'm going to list them all here for you now. So we're going to be using the owl punch, actually just for the circles. We've got a 1 1/4 inch scallop circle punch. We've got a heart punch. This is called Sweetheart. We've also got a very small heart punch. This is from the Itty Bitty Accents. Then the large oval punch. And finally a 1/2 inch circle punch. This actually is one of the old style whale tail type punches that I had when I started as a demonstrator when they launched in the UK 8 years ago. Still going strong. So I haven't had to replace that one yet. And then finally we need this. This is the Fancy Fan embossing folder. Now obviously you're going to need a big shot in order to cut the Curvy Keepsakes out, and also you can use that for doing your embossing as well. Okay, so let's push these punches to one side and start with all the components. So for the wings we're going to need 4 of the large ovals. We're going to need one scalloped circle. In Tangerine Tango we're going to need 1 Sweetheart heart. That's actually for the little chick's feet, and one of the smaller hearts for his beak. And then chocolate chip, we're going to use these little circles from the owl punch. Oh, there we go. So 2 of those. And then using the 1 1/2 inch circle punch. I'm going to need a couple of those. Okay. And there's one final thing we're going to need, which is the white gel pen. So I'm going to layer up the eyes first. I'm going to be using Tombow. It's quick and it means that we can get these fiddly bits done if I can pick them up off the grid paper. So just put a little blob on there and do the same there, and I'll just leave those just to dry for a second before I put the gel pen on. Stop them moving. Okay, the wings, what I want to do is sort of make this feathery edge. So if you take 2 of the ovals together, you can do all 4 together, but it's actually quite tricky for your scissors to cut through, so I've been doing it with 2. And if you cut up the centre line and then just a little bit either side of that, all the way up, and just leave about a 1/2 inch gap at the top. And just be careful when you're cutting, just to make sure that you don't actually go over the edges, otherwise you'll actually cut the feather strands off. And ask me how I know this, because I cut one of my little chick's wings off when I was making the first one. I got a bit too quick with my snipping. Okay, So if you just fluff up these edges, you'll just give him a little bit more dimension. And the way I've actually layered these up is I've actually stuck them slightly offset. So if I hold that like that, hopefully you'll be able to see. So there's just a little tiny gap here in between one and the other. So put glue on the bottom one, and then just lay it down like that. And then we'll do the second one. So a little bit of glue on the underside, and just pop that down. Use the bone folder and just give it a bit of a curl as well. That helps give it a bit more shape. Okay, so they're the two wings. We need to emboss this piece. I have one already. So that's for his little chest piece here. Okay, last thing. So let's just draw his eyes on there. And I'm just going to curve his beak as well. Just run that over there like that. And I think we are ready. Oh, tumble my fingers. Ready to assemble. Okay. With the Curvy Keepsakes box, in order to make sure it curves and does what it's supposed to do, if you just fold on the score lines and then run your bone folder over, it will just curl up the sides of the box. Now, if you can look at this box, these pieces here with the cut out actually curve up either side, and that's where the wings are going to go. But this piece here is going to be the front where his face is. So we want to put his feet in there before we stick the box together. So what I'm going to do is fold that down and actually stick his feet on where I want them to go. So put glue on the heart there, and then position it in the middle, just like that. Give it a good press, and then you're going to put the second piece of the die on the top. Now when you're putting this on, do make sure that you have these sections, oh, I'll move that over, and these sections opposite one another, so otherwise it won't work either. And I'll put the glue on here. So that goes on just like so. Just make sure that you're lining up the edges of the cardstock with the score lines. Again, give it a good press down, and then we can assemble the rest of his face. So we want the scallops going that way. So they're going just there. Then I put his beak on next. Just above that. And then the eyes. And so where you position his eyes actually gives him a bit of an expression. So do play around with that, because you can have lots of different looking chicks, and obviously you could put eyelashes on and things. I've been referring to this little chick as a he the whole time. Okay, so his face is done. Now we'll assemble the box, and then we'll put his feathers on. So got that piece there, so then you put one piece in, and this actually locks. So pull it right over to the side, and then it locks. Oh, it's so cute. And then when you put the feathers on, just make sure that they're a little way down from this section here, to make sure that you can get the box open. So that's one, and here is my second one. There we go, just hold it just for a second. Okay, and there he is. It's all finished. Now, just in case you're wondering, this is the first one. What's inside the little chick? Oh, can you tell? It's nearly Easter. So these are mini cream eggs. I don't want you to think that they're the normal big size, but 5 fit in perfectly. And I have to say I'm being very restrained because I haven't eaten any of them. But once I finish the video, they're mine. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that you've seen, or for more creative inspiration, please pop over to my blog, www.inspiringinkin.com. You'll also find me on Facebook and Pinterest under Inspiring Inkin. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.